A nurse has a very unique dynamic role. I kind of think of them as like the coach of a team, and they're constantly knowing what's going on with that day-to-day of the patient, and it's always changing because it's very unpredictable, and you need to be able to respond and respond skillfully. So, whether it's getting the right transport and being efficient with that to the imaging studies, or delaying a lab draw, but you need the result to make a decision on a medication, or calling the clinician or physician if there is an unexpected finding or a change in the condition. And being like a cheerleader for the patient too when they don't feel well. You need them to get out of bed and start moving and become active. They're really integral to making that all work and work in a timely fashion. I'm going to talk a little bit about the nervous system because we're all human beings walking around with living, breathing nervous systems. And they were designed to respond to threat and fear to protect us. But our nervous systems in our bodies were never designed to have high levels of stress for extended periods of time. And I think that's what healthcare environments, especially in particular hospital environments, have become. They're fast-paced, unpredictable, a lot of uncertainty, and then we are also competing with less reimbursement. So there's the realistic pressure of being more efficient with less dollars behind what the care we deliver and needing to do things quicker. On top of that, I feel like the patient populations that we're taking care of are a direct reflection of our society. There's more violence, there's more stress in society, there's active shootings at schools, places of religion, political events, and it's led to society in general being more on alert and having a lot more fear, and that changes how people respond and react to everyday living. So all of that goes into play. So we have people coming to us for care that are a little bit on edge or even, quite frankly, dysregulated, and they might not even recognize that. It's unconscious. And when I started nursing 20 years ago, we never had a workplace violence committee, and now we have an institutional workplace violence group because we're exposed just to more and more events on a daily basis of workplace violence. So it's a stressful environment, and it can't not add up to impact you as an individual. And on top of that, society might not value processing really intense events or emotions, or you might be seen as weak if you can't pivot quickly and go on to the next thing that demands your attention. But that all builds up in someone's body or nervous system, leading you to feel depleted, exhausted, on edge, more reactive. One of my graduate school instructors, I showed up for clinical one day, and I was, working full time and going to grad school before I had family. And she gave me an assignment to do, and I almost just broke into tears because I felt like I don't even know where to start. And it's that cumulative stress that I was feeling of trying to juggle it all and do more with less time. And she looked at me and she said, "You know what? Instead of going to the library and researching what I told you to do, I want you to go home." And she asked me what I used to do, for enjoyment or for exercise. And I said, I used to run all the time and I loved it. And she's like, well, your assignment today is to go home and go for a run and then email me and come back, in 2 days when we have clinical again, and we'll start this over. And I did. And I had stopped running for years before that. And since that day, I have ran like 3 days a week since then, unless I was like 9 months pregnant. So she taught me the very important lesson right there of you need to manage your stress and find ways that work for you. She asked me what was meaningful for me, and she gave me permission to do it. And I saw the value in how I felt, how I slept, and how I showed up the next day if I took care of myself. So that was a very important lesson that I learned early on that I try to carry forward and give everybody that I interact with and teach in a preceptorship role permission to do too. WeCare is an organization that's highly focused on healthcare workers' resiliency and well-being. I think it's unique to hear that someone's there to not just, and I've had conversations about this, it's not a meal or a muffin or a pizza that's gonna make us feel appreciated. It's really reinvesting in the own healthcare workers' well-being in a different level that gives them not only permission, but honors the fact that we need to do that for ourselves and find ways for that. Illness starts with I, and that's, a single individual, but wellness starts with we. And so I really encourage people collectively to come together in these more challenging times and to maybe show some vulnerability, which can be very difficult. But I think what you're going to find on the other side is you're working among others that feel the same way. And then you can build a sense of agency and power with that and move forward. Coming out of the pandemic, everybody was talking about healthcare workers' resiliency, like it was on you to figure out how to become more resilient in this stressful environment that's just, some days unattainable. And what I realized is, a lot of it is like collective action, because oftentimes, you have a little bit of free time, you don't even know what to do, or you don't feel like doing much because you're exhausted or you're just, kind of numb. So collectively making it okay and raising that awareness of the importance of it has really made a difference for me. So, and I think WeCare, that's what they're there for, is speaking that and then giving resources to people, whether it's, in a quick box where they have it right there in their fingertips, or a retreat or a conference or other resources where you can navigate and reach out to people that can help you one-on-one. So I do think we have to have accountability for our own wellness, and then also providing some insight into making it okay for other people to feel that accountability.